do that. But really, I was just, you know, doing this so that you guys can see what I'm working on and how I'm doing my processes right now, because I was finding that I was like running myself crazy, right? So in May, I was like, you know what? And you guys know this, I was doing like Zoom calls. And so anyway, so I felt like I needed to update those slides, and I did. So I'm going to show you, actually. I'm going to get rid of this light though, because it's hurting me. Okay. So I updated the slides for the video that I was doing so that the end explained our, I was so excited about this. The end explains our, I'm just going to show you what we offer as a team. And since Kaylee Pinto decided to start doing the meal planning thing, I was just like so excited about that. So I made sure I added that as well. So I'll just show you the slides at the end so you can see what it is. Let me screen share on. And then I'll explain why I was doing all of this. Right, down at the bottom. Okay, here. So here I started talking about would it be worth it if you lost weight? Would it be worth it if it was 260? If it helped you do this, this, and this, right? What makes Healthy Wealthy Wise special, right? So I'm using Healthy Wealthy Wise as my team name, but if you ever decide you want to do this, that's great. You could do it. You could change the name of the team name. That's fine. Or you could just keep using this, which I would highly recommend to just keep using this, because why waste your time, right? If I already had this, I wouldn't recreate it. I would just, if somebody else made it, I would just use it, right? Because it's a waste of time to be creating things constantly. Trust me, it's annoying. The thing is, we didn't have an upline doing this. And what I realized is that I would much rather have a video to send to somebody. It saves a lot of time, and it saves a lot of frustration in trying to explain everything to them. So I went out and I found somebody who had like a template, and I bought like a little course. They had a template and explained how to do it. I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to do this and input our own information. So on here, this is where the change is. It's at the end of the slideshow. It says, we've been there, we know how it feels. What makes us different is that we all have done this. Like, we've all been there, we know how it feels, and we're going to help you through it. And because we know how it feels and we know what helps people get through it, we added tons of value. And I write the 4 proven pillars of accountability. And the first one I talk about is the app, like the group in the app, and how you for daily tracking and motivation. So it's basically talking about the bod groups in the app, right? Private app, missing link to your daily motivation. Every morning there'll be a fitness tip, recipe, menu, motivation, or inspiration posted to keep you going. Now, for my team and anybody who wants to join me, I don't care. We have one group on BOD, right? One group that everybody can add their people to. And there's going to be a post every single morning. What I do is I purchase those posts from somebody who makes them, and they go in there. I'm not even the one adding them. I have somebody add them for us. So I really, really encourage our team to be doing 2 things, because as we all are putting our customers and our coaches in that one group, we need to get the energy high and excited in there, right? And so I'm going to encourage you to post your workout. I'm going to encourage you even more so to post your food and your shake, because those things are the things that are going to help people get the best results. Working out is really good. Don't get me wrong. And I have been slacking posting my stuff, right? So I need to work on that. I'm going to post more. And our shake and our meals are really, really important, because that's where people get inspiration by seeing the meals, and they see that we're actually progressing with eating like an actual meal, not just like a couple pieces of lettuce. And our shake is really, really important, because that's what's fueling us, right? With the missing nutrition that we have from our food and all that stuff. Okay, so that's really important. So then it talks about like I said, why is it not moving? Why isn't it moving? Okay, maybe it's lagging. Okay, so the next one I talk about is the 24/7 virtual gym. And I explain that on there, right? And I talk about, meeting up and making sure you're grabbing somebody. If you have a routine you want to get into, morning, afternoon, evening, that's on there, right? Pillar 3, guided meal planning live. Did you ever try to learn a new way of eating, read everything you could, and feel super ready, and then totally lost when designing your meal plans, right? So I feel like everybody has felt that way at one point. So I talk about every Friday, Kaylee, the meal planning guru, goes live, and she does all that, right? So that's the meal planning. And then 4, weekend mindset Zoom call, which is the coffee talk call. I put that in there. I even say that you can get text reminders. So that's in there. And then I talk about the fast start training, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which shows you how to get back your 260, so your initial investment, by bringing other people along with you. And then social media ninja training, right? That's going to be all of our training for social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So that's going to be there, right? So then special promotion, and I'm in the middle of figuring, I have a 6-day meal plan already. I'm actually getting somebody to make it look pretty. I'll show you that. Oh, maybe I won't. It's not on here right now. Anyway, let's not worry about that at the moment. But I have a 6-day meal plan, slimmed down. It's really nice meal plan. It has really, really good recipes for dinner, breakfast, lunch, dinner. But I went onto a website. I'm gonna get them to make it look pretty, like very professional, because mine is just like a document. And they're gonna put pictures up, and it actually looks really pretty. And that will be, hold on, go back to screen sharing. That will be a bonus that they get when they get started with us. And I have on there by Friday. Obviously, you can give it to them anytime. It doesn't matter. But I have by Friday because I wanted something to be urgent, right? And then I also wrote down the newbie text script, which is, which I'll share with you. Well, I'll share with you. It's just saying, hey, to her girlfriend or whatever, to a friend or family member, hey, I'm looking to lose 20 pounds. Found this opportunity. I'm really excited about it. And I got started, or maybe I'm about to get started. I would love for you to be my accountability buddy or partner. Do you want me to send you the info? And that's it. That's all it is. But I've used it now with a couple of people who are brand new, and it works really, really well. If you haven't been like asking a lot of people, like posting on social media and asking a lot of people for a length of time, it works really, really well for new people, right? And so that's the newbie text script, I'm going to call it, because you should be texting, not using Messenger. This is for people on your phone, right, that you actually talk to pretty often. Okay, so then it breaks down all the pricing and values and value, lots of value. And this is wrong. Man, I'm glad I caught that. There we go. Oh man, now I have to fix it. Okay, no big deal. Okay, so 260. So the 260 price, where does that come from? I also say in the video that is, I'm pretty sure I say this, that's the our most popular option, but there are other options. But when I'm talking to somebody after I send them the video and they watch it, I'm more like, I talk to them. If they're ready to get started, don't worry about it. I might though start saying, hey, we also have this other option, the mega challenge pack, because a couple of people on our team are selling a bunch of mega challenge packs because they have a 3-day refresh in it. So it has a 3-day refresh and beach bars in it. So it's a really, really good value. And if somebody's looking to get started and like lose weight very quickly, then the mega challenge pack might be something for them. So I might say, hey, you could actually upgrade to this other one that has the 3-day detox. I don't call it a refresh to them because that makes no sense, but a 3-day detox makes sense. So I would let them know about that and then see if they want to upgrade. But if the pricing is a problem, then I might talk to them about other options, like a smaller challenge pack, right? Like the 10 rounds challenge pack with just Shakeology or just Performance Line instead of both of them together. So that's where my pricing came from. It's the deluxe one with Shakeology and the Performance Line. And then that's it. So anyway, let me show you. Okay, so what I've been saying, well, let me just share with you the system. So anyway, I'm what I'm doing is I'm reaching out to the people who like and comment on my stuff, right? Or view my stories. And I'm just asking them if they want to take a look at what I'm doing. I'm leading my leading question right now is about the opportunity. And so what I'm saying is, hey, are you interested in making extra money from home? Really is what I'm asking. And I start with that one for a really important reason. I'm switching up how I'm asking people, because first of all, if they say no, then I would say something like, no worries, just curious, are you interested in learning about our challenge groups, which help people learn how to meal plan and work out daily and eat healthy, right? So I could always just downgrade to the to the next. But here's the cool thing. This is why I did this. Whatever they say yes to, if they say yes to the business part, or if they say yes to the challenge part, the same video gets sent to them. Okay, because it shares with them all the stuff that we do, all the stuff that we have, and that they can earn money also. And so either way, it's showing everything that we do. And so if they don't want to make extra money, they can still watch that and still understand how it would help them. Does that make sense? And so after they've watched the video, I might say something like, well, what do you like best? Or what do you see this helping you with? Or which one's more exciting to you, hitting your goals or earning extra money, or both? You know, so whatever of those questions, they're all legitimate questions, then I can start digging in. Okay, so what do you want to accomplish? And then I can just give them a rundown real quick, and I'll show you what I mean. Just remind them of the price and get them started, or see if they want to upgrade and get them started. But at this point, if they've already watched the video, they already know the price. So there's not a lot of talking back and forth. There's not. The only thing I've noticed that I have to do maybe a little bit more is following up more. But to be honest, I always had to follow up more. If I'm messaging a bunch of people and they don't answer back, which is so normal, I wait 3 or 4 days and I message them and say, hey, did you get my last message? Now, when I do that, probably about half the people get back to me after, because you know what? I'm not taking it personally. We all do it. We all get a message, we look at it in the middle of doing something, and we put the phone down or whatever, and the notification's gone. We never go back to it, right? So we all do it. So I just ask them, hey, did you get my last message? Just checking. Did you get it? You know what I mean? And then they'll answer you or ignore you. If they ignore you, it once again could be that they didn't remember, or they just didn't want to answer. Either one, I don't care, right? But I'll wait like 2, 3 days after sending that first message to do that. And that's, once I do that, if they don't message again, then I wait like another 30 days to ask, to go back to them. But if they answer, then I talk to them about the video, or if they're interested. Okay, so that's my process. So the next step, let's just say someone gets started, right? They're like, okay, yeah, I'm super excited. Awesome. Once they get started, I made another video, and you'll see it in Better Together. It's pinned up at the top of Better Together group. Okay, and it has actually, I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you. And like I said, this is all stuff that you can use. You can participate. You can use my group. You can be adding people to it. You can be pinning them to the message. But I just need you to know that how it's going to work, so that you have a really good idea of how to proceed afterwards. Because that was one of my biggest things, like, oh my gosh, how am I doing things? Can my team do the same thing? Am I using email? Like, I used to use email, like an email drip, to send people information. Half the time they weren't getting my emails. I literally had an email for every day of the week, like 5 days of the week or something, to get somebody started, right? And every person I got started, they're like, I got day 1, but I didn't get day 2 or 4. I got day 3. It would go to their spam, or they would just never receive it. So I'm like, this is obviously not efficient. They're missing half of the information. Also, when they read it, they're glancing, so they're not even seeing the whole information, right? And all those wonderful things that we provide, they didn't, like, I would be talking to them a month later and they still had no idea what we were providing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, how frustrating, right? So if that's frustrating to me, and I've been doing this for 10 years, then that's got to be frustrating for new coaches, other coaches, trying to get somebody started. It's just too confusing, too time consuming. And I paid for that email service. I don't want you guys to have to pay for extra, right? So I want something simple. And I'm going to use the word duplicatable. And I mean that as in it better be so simple to understand that I just have to tell somebody once and they know what to do, right? So simple to understand. So what I did is I created a video. I'm going to show it to you, and a post. So the very pinned post to the top of the Better Together group is this one. And it has all these lovely topics, right? But it's all explained in the video. Now, the video is 42 minutes, okay? That being said, in the very beginning of the video, it says, if you're here to earn extra money, stay throughout this video and to get started, and then afterwards we're going to talk about how to earn money. But if you're here just to work on your health and fitness, you can stick with us in the beginning to get started, and then you can turn it off when we're starting to talk about how to earn extra money. Because of that, I still get to use the same video for both people. Does that make sense? Not only that, if somebody is on there and is just excited to lose weight or get fit or use the group, which is great, they still might get really interested to watch the rest of that video. It's another point of them being like, oh, this coaching thing, maybe I should make some extra money at it. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and it's not invasive. It's not in your face. It's just like, hey, if you want to earn some extra money, at the end of this video, we're going to teach you how to get started. If not, that's cool. We love you. And we're going to help you hit your fitness goals regardless, right? And so that's the video. So that's why it's 42 minutes. So don't let that scare you. But it does thoroughly go through. You can see it's actually playing right now. It goes through your why get started with us. It says your reason can change over time. Commit to your 90-day journey. And then this is where it talks about how to log into your account. I get everybody started with a coach account, so they're gonna get 25% off. If they didn't, they're gonna look at this and go, huh, what's this coach account? And probably ask you. But I go over coach account benefits is 25% off. I go into downloading these apps, go download these apps. Commit to, this is how to pick your first program. So how to get on there and pick your first program. I just let them know that it might not be the best program for you at first once you get started, but I want you to test it out for at least 2 weeks to even understand if it's something that you'd like. Don't just do a day or two and be like, oh, this stinks, and then switch it up, right? I also say ask at the end, here it says ask in the group if you have questions about which one you should start with, and ask for guidance from your coach if you can't figure out which one to get started. My goal here is to have people go to the group and ask questions, interact in the group. Use your coach last, but she's still there for you, or he's still there for you, right? But my goal is to make sure that it's as duplicatable as possible and that they can communicate in the group with each other so that people are actually interacting in there. The fourth part is your results will be 100% your nutrition. I talk about 2B mindset and ultimate portion fix. That price I have for getting started in the first video includes one of the two. Right? You just have to figure out which one is best for them after they watch the video and want to get started. It's including the deluxe challenge pack and one of the nutrition kits. And we all know, or maybe you don't, if you add the nutrition kit to the challenge pack, it is highly discounted. So instead of it being 120, it's 40 when you add it to the challenge pack. I said, you get the cooking channels. These are things that my people were totally missing out on. They didn't even realize what we had, right? So I talk about the cooking channels. I talk about committing to 10 to 30 minutes a day to watch your videos about your program, or you can binge watch for the weekend. I talk about Shakeology, how to use your supplements. Shakeology is daily for optimal health and energy. Blend it, don't shake it. Energize, recover, when to use those. I talk about other things that we have all at discount. It's just like a little quick, hey, we also have this, by the way. And then I talk about the Facebook group and the BOD group and the 24/7 virtual gym. I talk a little bit about having a growth mindset and how your road isn't going to look like this. It's going to look like this. And then at the end, it says, how would you like to earn some extra money while also eating healthy and working out? And then it goes into a little bit more of explaining how, to get your first, I think I have 3 people on here or 5 people. I don't remember what I wrote on here, maybe 3. And then if you want to earn the 250 plus 100, you'd have to help 5. So I put that in here in the getting started piece. And then I said important, anyone can do this. And then I talk about the system of, basically what I'm showing you right here. And then I'll be making one more video after this. The next video is going to be when someone does get started, they do this, and then they want to get more into depth. Like, okay, yes, I do want to make money. Now, what do I say when I text people, right? That's the next video. It's going to be short, very short. It's going to be about making a list, texting people that you're close with, and maybe even a little bit of how to start sharing your journey online, or documenting your progress. So and then that'll be like another video. So how do I say this? I realize that if I'm the person who's always the one explaining things to that person, right? So if I have a new coach and they want to build a business and I'm always the one who's explaining it to them, they're going to think that they have to do the same thing for their new coach. And if I'm doing that with a lot of new people, you can see how that might be a little overwhelming and time consuming. And even if they're not thinking it outwardly or understand that they're thinking it, they're going to start thinking, wow, this is going to take a lot of time for me to do this. Wow, I don't know if I can talk like that. Wow, I don't know if this is for me, right? But if we rely on videos and tools to do the talking for us, then they can be like, oh, I can send a video. Sure, I can text a couple people. Sure, look, I just add them to this group and tag them on this video to get started. Do you see how it's a different mindset around helping people and duplicating the results, duplicating the action? It's faster and it gives them confidence because they just have to focus on inviting and following up, invite and follow up, invite and follow up. They also need to know how to learn share a cart. That's probably the only other thing, but this process is a little bit easier for people to duplicate and for us to explain to someone, right? So when you get someone started and you put them into the Facebook group, you just tag their name under that pinned post. So comment in the comment section, tag their name. Hey, start here, watch the video and read the bullet points, right? The bullet points are really just in addition to the video, it's just a repetition, right? But it has the links and shows them how to get started with each thing. And so it also shows them how to get started in the BOD group. So the only thing you have to worry about is making sure that you're an admin to our BOD group so that you can add someone to it, and an admin or let me know when you add someone to this group. But most of my coaches are admins. I don't know, sooner or later, maybe I'll have to let everybody be added, but we'll see. Anyway, I just don't want people just adding people who've never even heard of us or never watched the video. I don't want it to be confusing. So to add somebody, yes, they should have already watched the video and are excited to join, right? For them to be added to this group. Okay. So far, do you have any questions as to what I'm doing? Okay, cool. The video will probably be updated once in a while, but this is how I keep it organized. This is the notes on my computer, which is also on my phone, the Notes app, because I have an Apple. So if you don't have an Apple, you might have something else. Do you guys ever drink Zevia? It makes you burp like crazy. I mean, really burp like crazy. So if I start burping on here, that's why. Okay, so On my app, or on my notes app, I have kind of all my scripts on one little thing. So one little, let's make it bigger. One little thing. Okay, so once they say yes, I like, yeah, sure, I'll check out the information. I say, cool, do me a favor, watch this, send me any questions so I can answer them for you. I can get back to you on, and this is where I say I can get back to you. Usually I put a 1 or 2 days later around this time. Do you think you can watch it by then? I want to give them a time. If I don't give them a time, they're not going to have any urgency on watching it, right? And then I give them the link, and that's the link right there, YouTube. I give them the link, and then I note it down and make sure I get back to them. Okay, so I usually 1 or 2 days later. But the initial invite looks different for everybody. So if I am going to my likes and comments, see where it says warm connected prospects. See, I told you I'm burping already. If it's a busy mom, like if I don't really know what she does for work, but I just know that she has a bunch of kids, right? I'll use this one. And I'll find something. I'll look at her wall. I try not to take too long. I'm really bad with this, though. I get very distracted. I try very hard to only spend like a second on her wall and only top like 2 posts. I find something that I'm interested in, and I'll comment on it and ask a question, right? But it's got to be genuine. Like I genuinely have to like this thing. If I can't find anything, I don't ask a question, right? So this woman, this is why it says projector. This woman had an outdoor movie night with her kids, and she had a screen and a projector, right? So that's what this is. It says that projector and screen is so awesome. And by the way, on her post, I commented, wow, that's really cool. Where'd you get the projector and screen? Like, how did you set this up? So then I messaged her. I said, hey, that projector and screen is so awesome. That's not why I'm messaging you, but I would still love to know where you got them when you get a chance. Anyway, with what's going on right now with our economy, I'm super focused and productive in my home business. And listen, I know you don't know me super well because this is an acquaintance. Like we don't know each other personally. But I work with busy moms to help them earn extra money from home part-time. Would you be open to taking a look at what I'm doing? If not, no worries. Just let me know either way. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay. So you can do whatever invite you want. It doesn't matter. If you're inviting for your challenge group, if you're inviting your coaching, it doesn't matter really. But there's a couple things that you want to make sure your invite includes. You always want to make sure it's short. If you can have your first sentence be something that's going to grab their attention to make sure they're not just glancing over it, just like you would with your posts. You want your first sentence to be like, bam, read the rest of me, right? So in this case, it's kind of fluid, hey, I just commented on your post and now I'm messaging you, right? It's kind of like fluent, right? So she's most likely going to read this message because she, when you get your messages on your phone and you only see the first like couple words or like the first sentence. So you want to make sure it's something that they're actually going to read, right? So, or open at least. So that you got to have a nice like first sentence. And then the end has to ask a question. And you always want to ask them if they're interested in something. Be like blunt. Don't teeter around it. Don't be like, hey, how are you? Oh, good. I'm good too. How are your kids? How is everything else? Oh, wonderful. Oh, by the way, like be to the point. I don't know about you, but I would hate, like, this is why I'm to the point. Because I would hate if somebody was messaging me and making small talk just to catch up. And then I found out there was an underlying motive, right? Versus just being to the point. And if there's somebody that you do know personally, you can still be to the point. Hey, I love you. I want to catch up with you, but that's not exactly why I'm messaging you, but I still want to catch up. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Are you interested in checking out my information? Right? By the way, would love to catch up with you later. Just like be to the point. You don't want somebody to be like, I don't know what the word is. non-transparent, right, with you. So be transparent with them, right? Okay, so that's my invite. You can use it. You don't have to use it. I'm just giving it to you. I call this one the foodie invite because I do post a lot of recipes. So if either I see on their timeline that they're sharing a bunch of things like tasty recipes or videos of different recipes, yummy stuff, right? I might say this, or if they're commenting on my recipes that I post, oh my gosh, send me the recipe, blah, 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 right? So this is just, anyway, I work with foodies all the time. Wait, what did I say? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. I wanted to reach out to you because I'm pretty sure you're a foodie like me, right? Anyway, I work with foodies all the time to help them earn extra money from home while working on their healthy habits and making it taste good at the same time. Would you be open to taking a look at what I'm doing? If not, no worries. Just let me know either way. I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday, right? If I just recently I posted a recipe, or I posted a picture of food, but I didn't put the recipe up, and everybody's like, give me the recipe, right? So I sent them a picture of the recipe from the To Be Mindset thing. I'm like, I'm not gonna type this out, I'm gonna take a picture of it and just send it to them. So I sent it to them, and I think I followed it up, I can't remember who that was. There was a couple of people. I followed it up with just asking them like if they were interested in learning more about our healthy meal plans or something like that, right? Are you interested in learning more about what I do with healthy meal plans and weight loss, whatever it is, right? And I just asked them if they're interested. I sent them a recipe. Like, I can at least ask them if they're interested. The conversation's already open and we're already talking about healthy recipes, right? So I might as well ask them. But I'm always going to end with, if I either something like this, or for that recipe one, I always say, if I send you information, would you let me know if you're interested? That's another, question that I ask people. So no matter what you're doing, when you're prospecting, when you're inviting, you make sure you end in a question and be blunt. Like, ask the question, pop the question, right? Could you imagine if somebody was like kneeling down about to try to get engaged and they just kept saying, I love you, and we're gonna have a great family, and I'm gonna have a good career for you, and we're gonna have a wonderful home, and they just never popped the question. And they just like, so that would be horrible, right? Ask the question. I would hate that. I'd be like, and so yeah, ask the question. And then yes, some people are not going to answer. You're gonna have a lot of people not going to answer. So I write down their name when I invite them, and this is my little tracking journal that I've been keeping. Let me show you. I write down their name, right? And I have a date at the top. 2-3 days later, I go back to this page and I look up each person to see if they got back to me. If I know ahead of time that they got back to me, I'll just mark it in here, right? And then if they haven't, I'll just send that quick message. Hey, just wanted to see if you got my message, right? That's it. And then I put a little check mark next to their name to know that I asked that question. Hey, did you get my question, right? Or my last message. So make sure you're tracking. Tracking is really important. Now, when you do anything in sales whatsoever, what they always say, the fortune is in the follow-up. And that is so incredibly true. There is a lot of data to support that a sale always happens in between the 5th and the 12th contact. 5th and 12th. And since I've been coaching, I have noticed that it really is between the 5th and the 12th. So if somebody is not interested, I put them on like a 30-day wait list, and I wait 30 days and I get back to them in 30 days. And I might say something like this one, hey, I just went to reach out real quick with what's going on. I'm super productive with my business. And listen, I know what I do isn't a good fit for you based on what you said before. This is if somebody like said no thanks to the business side before. But do you know anyone who's looking to make some extra money from home right now? If not, biggie, no biggie. I could also message someone and be like, hey, I know you were interested before, and I just had Sheila join our group 2 months ago. She's down 20 pounds already, which is super cool. Is now a better time for you? if I sent you the info, would you let me know if you're interested? That would be if they didn't watch the info yet, right? So there's just lots of different ways. But if you message them once a month, until either they die or tell you to stop asking them, you will definitely have people joining you. And I gotta tell you something. It's the craziest thing. I used to be really nervous about following up with people. I used to be super nervous about following up with people. I thought I was bugging them. I really, truly, honestly did. I was like, this is ridiculous. I can't keep messaging them every month. I can't, like, what am I thinking? And something weird happened. People started joining me, right? That's one. And two, people did not mass unfriend me. I really thought they would. I honestly thought they would mass unfriend me. Not only that, there are people I have conversations with that really aren't conversations. It's me all on one side asking them, like every single month for 12 months in a row. They not once responded, right? And yet they still interact on my posts. They still interact. They still comments on my posts and stuff. And I'm like, aren't you annoyed by me yet? Like, what are you still, now I'm annoyed with you. Now I don't know if I want you on my wall, right? Like, it's the craziest thing. It's so weird. I still don't get it, but whatever. I'm just going with it, right? But that's what happens. It truly happens. It's so crazy. So anyway, the other thing that happens is you ask them 8 million times, right? They either say no, not right now, whatever. And then 2-3 months go by and they reach out to you. It's just because it's a timing thing. They might not need it then or want it then, but they still like your content, right? And so when it's time for there, because everybody has a time, there's a time when they're like, oh my gosh, my clothing does not fit me anymore. Where's that Ashley girl that keeps pestering me? Right? And then they reach out to me. It's crazy. It happens. Just recently, I had somebody reach out to me after I posted about working in my car, in the trunk of my car. She reached out to me after I invited her 8 million times, right? And she goes, hey, I need to make some extra money now. I don't want to go back to work and I need to lose 20 pounds. That's literally what the message said. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, cool. The other day after that, I had somebody reach out to me once again. No. She didn't reach out to me. I reached out to her again for the 18th millionth time, right? And she goes, oh my gosh, your timing is so good. I really was just about to reach out to you. Really? My timing was good? I invited you like 20 times, but this time my timing was good. That's what I wanted to say. Listen, if you want a bullseye, you just keep shooting the dart until you get a bullseye, okay? Like, I was like, okay, cool. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, so yes, that is the system I'm going with. The next video I'm going to create for the team is getting started with inviting, so that we have a tools, like this is a tool system, right? You have a tool for inviting, you send them the video. After that, if they get started, you have a tool video for them to get started. After that, if they're interested in earning money, you have a tool for them to learn how to invite. And over time, as our team gets larger, we can redo the videos so that it's not just me talking, right? So we have a video from different people to help support it, so it's not Ashley's face all over the place. I would like that very much, actually. So as we get bigger and larger, we'll have more tools by different people. But in the meantime, it's not just me. It's all of us in the BOD group, right? It's Kaylee for the meal plan. It's me on Saturday. It's Amy when she's doing power hours and work hours. Like, it's not just me. It's all of us. And as we get bigger and as we have more people who are like rocking it and want to help with the videos and stuff like that, then we're going to do that, right? It's not just, I would rather not be in all the videos, to be honest with you. Actually, the last video I recorded, I took my face off of it. It's not like, it's just my voice. It's not even my face. So if you're sending it to people, feel confident that it's not even, there's not even a picture of somebody on there talking, right? So it's really, really cool. It always works really well when we're using other people's stuff, because then that person doesn't feel like they have to recreate a video for them. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm working on. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? I feel like there was something else I had to ask you. You can unmute yourself. Update tracker. Do not mention.
I don't have any questions, Ashley. I just need to get my butt in gear and do it. I can't get past that anxiety. Like that, that fear of no, that fear of rejection, that fear of bothering people, like you said.
Yeah. Melanie, you have, you're very coachable. Like you are super awesome about just going and learning when I'm like, hey, go learn from this, go learn from that, right? And you're reading To Be Mindset right now, right?
Yes, I finished it.
Awesome.
And yeah, I have my notebook here that I watch all the things and take all the notes. And it's just adding and adding. And
so we need to work on action.
Yes.
Like we don't need to learn anymore. We need to work on action, right?
I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
So there's
and I will say,
go ahead.
I was gonna say I ordered a calendar or a planner that has like you can put in like hours and like plan your day for hours because I have so many things going on. But I need to make sure I need this to be a priority.
Well, you know what? I think what might be helpful, I don't know, may or may not be. There's two books that come to mind when it comes to taking action. One is Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. Is that what it's called? 5-second rule.
Okay.
It is a very good book to help you want to take action.
Oh, okay.
And then there's one other one that's really short and small, but very good. And it's called Go for No.
Oh, yeah. I think I have that one written down. Yeah, I have that one written down. I haven't.
Mel Robbins, it's the 5-second rule. It's all about taking action and overcoming anxiety.
Oh, okay.
So I think you might really like it.
Okay. I will see about getting that one. Because yeah, I just keep watching more training and keep taking more notes. And and then as I'm looking, I'm like, they all say the same thing. Do it.
Yeah. They definitely do. And you can't say that. We always say you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. And you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. If somebody wants to join, they're going to join. I mean, you do have some influence over it, but the whole point is just to ask. It's like flipping cups. There's this analogy in our company, in our network, in our industry, right? Is that you just got to keep flipping cups. If you had a full stadium full of solo cups that were like upside down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full stadium, 50,000 people. It's probably less than a stadium, but whatever, 50,000 people, spots, and you have 50,000 solo cups. And in those 50,000 solo cups, that there's 100 solo cups with like $10,000 under them.
Oh.
Would you go through and flip as many solo cups as you possibly could?
Yeah, I would flip 50,000 solo cups.
You would. You'd flip every single one of them, right? Yeah. Every single one of them. So if you think about that with asking people, you're literally just asking people if they're interested. You're not even you're not trying to sell them on anything because the video is going to do all that for you. All you have to do is ask them, are you interested in learning information? That's it. Are you interested in learning information? That's it. You're not even asking them at this point to join anything. You're just like, hey, I'm doing this. Do you want some information? That's it. That's all you're asking, right? So you just have to do it, though. And here's the thing. The only way you will overcome that anxiety, the only way is by doing it. Yeah. That's it. The only way you'll cut through that anxiety is by doing it. I feel
like I have to pick and choose who I ask. Like when I look at like my Facebook and I look at like my Instagram and I'm like, well, I don't even know. These people look like they already know what they're doing. Like, you know what I mean? And like people who like comment or like, and I'm like, well, I don't know.
Can I tell you something that I do sometimes if I'm in a rut as to who to ask?
Yeah.
I go into Facebook, I go under friends, I click the word in the search of my friends, I put A, and then I invite everybody that shows up.
Oh, really?
And then B, and then I invite everybody that shows up. And I have a lot of people, so I actually have to write A, B, A, A, B, A, C.
I don't have that many. Like, I have a couple hundred, but I don't have.
Go down the list. Seriously, just go down the list. Just go straight down the list. And the less you think about it, the faster you do it, the less anxiety you'll have. The problem is every time you push it off, you create more anxiety,
True.
So just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it. And that's part of the book that I
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. But
I'll
just
have to look into that.
Yeah, just do it. But here's my recommendation. Do not order another book. Do not watch another training until you invite 10 people.
Okay.
That's my biggest
All right.
biggest thing I can
I'm going to write
suggest.
that down.
10 people.
Yep.
Because it's a waste of time. Honestly,
Right.
it's a waste of time.
I agree.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's no reason to train if you're not going to implement it, right?
Right.
So 10 people.
Okay, 10 people. Got it.
Tonight.
All right. Got it.
Liz, do you have any questions? No. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think that's all I have for today, except for one thing. In our group, I have a tracker that you can input, like in that Facebook group, there's a tracker for all of our challengers.
Mm-hmm.
If they fill it out by Sunday midnight, they'll get a full 7-day meal plan with recipes on it. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing with the coaching. I just am not exactly sure what the reward's going to be.
Oh, okay.
But if you fill it out by Sunday night, I think it's going to end up being like another training or something. I'm not sure. I haven't decided, but it's going to be every week. Fill it out by Sunday night. And all it asks is how many people you invited, how many people you followed up with, and what are your like successes? Like what happened this week that's successful. And same with the one for our challenge groups. It's like, how many workouts did you do? How many shakes did you drink? And what are your successes? And it doesn't matter if it's 0 one day. Like it doesn't matter if it's zeros across the board to get the reward. You just have to fill out the tracker to get the reward. Make sense?
Yes. And I did that for the first time and I have a question. So on the one that says successes, it asks for a number of what? Like I tried to put in words and it's like, no, you must put a number. And I'm like, okay, what? I don't know what it was really asking.
Well, I probably screwed it up.
So just so you know, I filled it out on Sunday and that one I think I put 1 or 2 or something. So I'm like, well.
Let me see. Non-scale victories for the week. Your answer is scale victory. Number of days you drink Shakeology? No. Number of scale victories for the week?
One under that. I think it was one right under that. The non-scale victories or something.
Oh, that's weird. It doesn't say that here. They all say short answer.
Oh, see, when I filled it out, I had to put a number.
Oh, you're right. Non-scale victories for the week, it says, is number. No, it is not. I do not want number. I want text. Same here. Scale victories for the week. Text. Number of days you drink Shakeology. That one can be whatever. I don't care. Okay, cool. Thank you for showing me that.
Sure.
It should be changed now. And I saw that you filled out and so did Sarah. Cool. Yay. All right. So yeah, I want to get that going because I feel like, anything we can do to help hold ourselves accountable is important. But it also helps us by celebrating everybody. Like I want to celebrate everybody in the group. So yeah. Okay. If you have no other questions, I'm good. And let me know if you have any questions going forward. And the next training video of how to invite and everything should be out by the next week. So yeah. All right. Thanks for getting on. Bye, guys.
Bye.